Welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to see how to connect Databricks with our repository such as GitHub. So we have multiple options though. We can even connect Databricks to other repository, for example, AWS or DevOps repositories or even Bitbucket. In our case, I am going to connect it with the GitHub repositories. For that case, I have already logged in into the Databricks workspace. Plus, I have also created and logged in into the GitHub account. So I see that I have the one repository created. I will go and create another repository in GitHub to connect it to the Databricks account. Let us give us a name. Let us say Databricks Engineer project. Okay, the project name is available, and the repository, in my case, I am choosing it as a private repositories. Depending on your choice, you can even keep it a public repository. I will click on create repository. The repository has been created. I will copy the path of the repository since I need to connect this URL, this repository with Databricks. In Databricks, within the workspace, we have workspace options and the repositories options. So the workspace files within all the workspace are stored within our workspace account, which are stored by or maintained by Databricks. And the second option is repositories. I will click on repos and click on add repo. Here I will paste the URL that I have copied, and my provider is GitHub. And I have other options as well, such as GitHub Enterprise, Bitbucket, GitLab, Azure DevOps, and AWS Code Commit. I am fine with the repository name, and I will go ahead and click on create repo. So the repository will be created, and we need to link this Databricks account to the GitHub repo so that Databricks knows that we are the one of the user or the authorized user or the admin of the GitHub account. So we have two options: either we can provide the personal access token or link using by entering our password. So for the personal access token, we can go into the GitHub. We can go to the settings page, and within the settings page, we can go scroll down, go to the developer settings, and where we can go and create the personal access token, which we can use to connect the GitHub repo to the Databricks. In the personal access token, I will click on generate new token. We'll go to the classic one. Let us give our Databricks token name. The expiry of this token, and I will give the access of the repositories to the token. I will click on generate token, and the token will be created. I can copy the key that has been created, this key, and paste that into the personal access token here. Sorry, GitHub username and the key that has been created. The second option is I can go here, click on link, and here I need to authorize Databricks and enter my password so that Databricks can connect to the GitHub repositories. So I will say configure in GitHub. So here it is an authorization to install the Databricks plugin into the GitHub. So we'll give access to all the repositories and click on install. And since I was already logged in into the GitHub account, so that is the reason Databricks did not ask me for the password again. So here is the settings which I am able to change at the later stage also. So if I go to the Databricks and I can click on clone, the repository will be created. So here I can go and see the Databricks engineer project repository that has been created. If I click on add, I can create a folder, notebook, or a file. If I, let's say, create a notebook, a test notebook, we'll see that that will be replicated, will be saved in our GitHub account. So let us give this name as a test notebook, and let us include only a test comment, test notebook for GitHub. And once I am done with this one, I can go back to the folder, click on the three ellipses, and I can see the option Git. I can go to the Git option, and in the main branch I can write a message, test file, and push this file to the GitHub repo. As you have seen that we also have the option to create new branches as well. So we can create the test branch or the developer or the feature branch from the uh, Databricks UI as well. If I go back to the GitHub repositories, and within repositories, I should be able to see the file that we have created just now within Databricks account. Another point to notice that in the repositories we are able to create only few of the options, few of the files. Not all the artifacts can be created and stored within the repos. For example, when I click on add, I get the option to create folder, notebook, and file. I do not get other options to create other artifacts that are available within the Databricks, such as SQL queries and workflows. So I can show you that as well. If we go to the workspace, let's say, and if I go on add, I get other options as well. If you compare this with the repos, I was only getting three options. However, here I am getting folder, query, alert, dashboard, Lakeview dashboard. So all of these options were unavailable in the GitHub repo. So these will have to be stored within the workspace that is stored within the Databricks, stored and maintained within the Databricks. Whereas in repositories we can create the notebooks. So maybe in future this might change and we might get option to create those artifacts within repos as well. But at the time of recording this video, we do not have this option. Hope this was clear, and now you will be able to connect Databricks Workspace with GitHub. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.